So now we should be live. Let me check first on the Brandyol Media YouTube channel. Yeah, we're live, but the thumbnail is still the old one, so I think it should be fine. Yeah. But yeah, this is our first official solo live. We've just started doing this as a promotion to show off what our studio can actually do to the public. So I'm just gonna get started with our equipment. So we're using a bunch of high quality gear. We're using Shure SM7B mics, which are what most streamers actually use. So if you've watched any of your favorite high quality streamers, you've probably seen this mic. It might have a different arm, but the mic and the quality is the exact same. They have a very high level of noise cancellation, so when we're recording episodes in our studio, we're always canceling out any external noise so that a podcast or a recording is not actually getting messed up from background noise. If I look around right now, there's a lot of small background noises, maybe the door opening, someone knocking on the door. It always adds a form of unprofessionalism if we do leave those sounds in. That's why we chose to use the noise cancellation, or the high noise cancellation. We had other options in terms of Rode, but we decided to use the Shure SM7Bs because of their quality. In terms of Rode, though, we are using the Rodecaster Video, which is a very high quality professional video mixer. And essentially what it does is it allows us to do a very special thing. It pretty much edits our videos live. So as you're recording, the cameras are switching. We have multiple cameras. We'll get to that in a bit. But you have multiple cameras and they're both switching throughout based on the mics. So we actually have, I'm not using it right now, but we have another mic. It'll get in the camera frame, that's why I leave it out. But essentially it's the same mic, and when they're both plugged in, you can have two audio sources, and when there's two people sitting on the opposite sides of the couch, you can tell the switcher that, hey, if you hear from this mic, switch, or if you hear from this mic, switch to this camera. And if you hear from this mic, switch to the other camera. And it has the very special feature that when you hear from both cameras, or both mics, it actually has a split view, and it shows you both of the people talking, and it includes that the high quality podcast vibe. That's what we go for here at Brandyol. We always do a high quality, high performance setup. So for our cameras and our mics, we always choose the highest quality lenses, highest quality mics. And the Rodecaster Video, it is a new mixer. It's Rode's first video mixer. They never actually do video, they're mostly for audio mixing, but they've started this, and it's actually in the community, it's actually very agreed upon that this is a very high quality mixer, and of course it prioritizes the audio because that's what Rode is known for. So the audio quality, the audio inputs, the auto switching, it's all very high quality. I wish I could show you, but it's actually what I'm using to record right now. And if I were to manually swap, I can actually swap to a different view, which is this camera. So two cameras, they're the same Blackmagic 4K cameras. We always use these for our podcast recordings because they always give such a high quality, such good colors, such good focus. They're always perfect throughout the entire podcast. If you've watched any of our podcast episodes, you definitely know about this. You've seen the high quality, the auto focus, everything works out perfectly. We have our cinematic background, which actually promotes, we have two backgrounds technically. We have a white and a black. Right now I'm sitting behind the black one. So this is what we use in our main podcast. If you've watched Mid-Media, you've seen this. It's always in the background between me and Nathan. But we also have a white background, which has a photo frame. And that actually promotes, it shows that two people are on opposite sides. If one person's sitting in front of a black background and one person's sitting in front of a white background, it shows that there's a debate and they're talking about two opposing sides. It gives that subtle feeling or subconscious thought yeah, these guys are on opposite sides, that's why they're debating. And it just adds another level of professionalism that you don't really see in many podcast studios. And professionalism is something we obviously pride ourselves in. We do this for a living. We do this every day. We make sure our setups are perfect to the dime. And one way we do that is through our cameras. Our cameras are Blackmagic 4Ks, as I just said. We always prioritize having like perfect angles, perfect heights, making sure both of them are leveled, so there's like not one person that's like higher up and then one person that's down here. We always prioritize having two people who are exactly the same height, making sure that the sofas and everything are in view, so we know like it's not looking like someone's just talking and it's just their torso. Like if I cut out right here, then it just looks a little odd, right? So that's why we have to make sure all of these things are perfect, because we do want to promote high quality businesses. We want to get out high quality videos. I'm sure you've seen the podcast. We have, I think, around 6 episodes now, and we're actually going to record another one right after this. So we're going to keep going with this. Our cameras are always going to be leveled. Our cameras are always going to be perfect based on the customer's needs. And speaking about the post-production quality, we offer immediate delivery of your video. So if you record something and you want the video, we'll actually give you a complimentary USB drive that has your video already on it as soon as you're done recording. Now, if you do want some special effects or something into your video, we can actually do that within 24 hours. So we offer any sort of promotion. We offer any sort of, like, anything you need. Just talk to us. We'll get anything set up for you guys. We have our Insta, Brandyol Media LLC. We have our website, Brandyol Media. Everything. We have our TikTok. We have our Facebook. We're all over the place. We're pretty much everywhere. You can find us on any social media because we are a media company. So of course we'll be on social media. Yeah, we have a lot of very cool things coming up. We have a lot of cool projects. Some very high quality projects. We're gonna be making a docu-series about some very, very local but high quality things. I'm sure people in the Houston area, Sugar Land area already know about these places, but we want to get this out there. We want to show people like what Houston really is. We want to pretty much promote all of Houston. If we promote all of Houston, like, I guess we can obviously promote a business. If we can promote an entire city, we'll promote a business pretty easily. So yeah, that's why we're going through with lives. We're going through with videos. We keep posting every Wednesday. We post, sometimes we even post more than once a week, twice a week, even 3 times a week. I think during the holiday seasons, we did 3 times a week. But yeah, that's always fun. We always like to post. Obviously, we're going to keep building our credibility and showing you guys what we can actually do. And yeah. Let's talk a little bit more about the mics. We can talk more about how, let me fix this. Sorry, give me 1 sec. I'm just trying to get up the comments if there's any, so I can just make sure I'm not missing anything. Of course, if there's any questions, just go ahead and ask. I'm always there to answer. Yeah, it looks to be good. But yeah, again, one of the main things we do is we offer a New York style podcasting experience in the Houston area. This is something that no one in Houston has done so far, because if you look around, if you search up podcast studio, maybe on Google Maps or on just Google itself, you won't really find any like high quality places that are at the level we are at, like the level of quality, the level of production, post-production, everything. You won't find anything like that in Houston. You'll see like maybe LA, California, anywhere in California, New York, you'll see like these type of places, but you won't really see them in Houston. Houston's like an underrated area for like podcasts. You won't really catch anybody doing this. And if you do catch a podcast studio, it's not like at the quality that we're providing. We're providing the best of the best equipment that we possibly can get. We're not going like the cheaper route. We're not going for the budget route. We're going for the highest quality. We offer rates at $149 an hour to record at our studio. We can get everything set up for you. You can even get a free tour. If you want to just come to our studio for free 2 hours, maybe even 3 hours, website, there's always opportunities, and we always love to just help people get comfortable and make sure they're going to enjoy the process. The process is the most fun part. When me and Nathan are recording our podcast, we're having a lot of fun just talking, just being able to record. And half the time, I don't even realize we're recording because we're just talking. You get comfortable very quickly once you forget that there's like a mic in your face, there's a camera pointing at you, there's a screen that shows your face. It's all really like scary at first, but eventually, like, give it like 1 hour, 15 minutes of recording, you'll completely forget about it. And if you do come for a visit, we actually do give you a free 15 minutes of recording just to see like how you're gonna look on the video, because of course you can see other people, but you want to see yourself. That's who you want to record. So we let you come in, view the entire studio, view the entire office, then you can actually record a little bit with either us or by yourself. And then you can see how you look. Maybe there's something you want to change. Maybe there's a different angle you want. You let us know beforehand. We'll set it up for you when the time comes for your recording. And everything's set. You come in, you just record, and then you're good. We give you your immediate copy as well. You don't even have to wait. Immediately, as soon as we're done, we just copy it onto your USB, and we give it to you. And then we keep it for 14 days. For security, maybe in case you lose the USB, we don't want you to lose your media. We don't want you to lose your recording that you worked so hard to get. So we do keep it for 14 days. You can just contact us if you lose it. So yeah. 1 second. Usually we have the auto switchers on, but today we decided not to because both cameras are actually facing on me, so it's really not going to change anything. But usually we have the auto switchers. They're always changing between camera 1 and 2 when there's 2 people, obviously. Right now it's just me in the room. And yeah, we also offer memberships if you want to do more recordings, and maybe it's a little expensive. We can understand that. This is a high quality studio. We do charge like a high quality studio. In fact, we charge cheaper than most of the New York studios, probably by about like 50%. But we do offer plans. We offer a membership which allows you to record for 4 hours every month, and we allow you to get more people on your podcast rather than just yourself and then someone else. You can actually have you and your friends, or you and your colleagues, or you and your boss. If you're a part of a marketing team inside of a corporation and you want to market and you have any sort of like a budget, you can come here, you can talk to us, we can work it out for you. We do memberships starting at $500 a month. That does get you 4 hours of recording plus $125 per recording on top of that. So you can do as many recordings as you want for $125 rather than $149 each, plus the 4 you already get from the membership. So yeah, it does we offer a lot of opportunities. We want to get as many people into the studio as possible. So we do anything we can to get that. And yeah. If you have any questions or any concerns or maybe any like things I missed, just let me know. I'll cover it. We can talk about anything about the studio. Any questions, maybe like where we're located. We're located in the Sugar Land area near Highway 90 and Highway 59. It's a very popular area. There's a lot of like businesses here. So we know like if you're a business located nearby, it's even better. Even if you're in downtown, you can come by here. We'll give you a free tour, let you know what's going on over here, how we operate, how we work. You can meet our boss, who's very kind. He always likes to talk to people. So it's always like we're always gonna be here just to help you. We're not gonna just like make you sit down in front of a camera and then just start talking, and then like we're just sitting in the back. No, we're gonna be there. We're gonna help you get through that like camera shyness. We're gonna help you overcome that fear, because that's one of the biggest things that like stops people from doing this. It's the camera shyness. They don't want to sit in front of a camera and talk. That's just like, it looks weird, you know? I'm sitting alone in a room in a studio talking with 2 cameras pointed at me and an extra mic right next to me. So it definitely is weird. Even just going live alone is definitely not like the most comfortable thing for me yet, but I am building it. I'm just going live. I'm talking about things. I'm also like messing up. I'm stuttering. I'm I'm running out of breath that time. So yeah, it happens, but it's always part of the process. You have to do it, and you have to get over it. It's if you want to achieve your business goals, if you're a business, you want to market, you want to be unique in your marketing. So why not do a podcast? How many people do you know who have their own podcast for their business? Probably nobody. So why not do this? Why not make yourself different? Because everybody knows marketing is only good when you're standing out, not when you're blending in. So you have to put yourself out there. You have to overcome your fears, and you have to come here and like overcome your camera shyness. And that's why we're here. We don't just do marketing. We also help people overcome their fears in front of a camera. Yeah, so for other services, we're not just a podcasting studio. We're actually a marketing firm. We do digital marketing for any business, any person. Even if you're an individual, we do marketing for you. So some other things we do offer are live selling. I think everybody on TikTok has probably seen someone on their live feed talking about a product and promoting a product. And if you look at those products, you can actually see that they sell so many. If I remember one time I was looking through them, because when I joined, I wanted some examples, so I looked through them, and I saw one for $29.99. There was a product he was selling, and then I checked his description, and he actually sold 30,000 of that exact product. So you can only imagine selling 30,000 of a product that's worth $30 is incredible. That's obviously great. Anybody would want that, right? So that's what we offer. We actually have live selling hosts, people who are trained to be in front of a camera for 8-9 hours a day, talking about